The Honduras Hurricane is an MGM Captain and the Kids cartoon from 1938. This is directed by Freleng, it's written by Pinto Colvig and Rudolph Dirks, and we have a voice cast including Mel Blanc, Billy Bletcher, Pinto Colvig, Shirley Reed, and Webb. On the one hand, I didn't like it. On the other, if the subject appeals to you, you might enjoy it, as there's nothing necessarily bad about it. I just really don't like the concept. Long John and the captain are having a cockfight, and Long John has a really strong bird who's clearly going to win. The captain's bird is very weak and really not up to the fight. However, the kids have an idea that might help things, and I won't say what that idea is. I won't give away too much, but in general, it seems like a very well-written narrative. It's got a lot to offer, a reasonable amount to offer, and the pacing is not too bad. It's quite action-packed, and we have a lot of different perspectives. We're focusing on the captain and on Long John and on the birds and the kids, so there's a lot going on. There's a lot of substance. It's not a bad narrative. But I hate it. I just hate the idea of I hate fighting in general. But when it involves animals who are not consenting to this, I just don't agree with it at all. So I struggled to get behind the narrative because of that. So I didn't enjoy the story. But as I said, judging it as objectively as possible, it seems like a well-written narrative. And the animation's not too bad. I don't have any problems with the animation itself. So for me, there wasn't really anything about this that I liked. But if the narrative might appeal to you, or if you're just not that bothered by it, then it might be okay. It might be an okay story. I think this is actually the last Captain and the Kids I have to see, I think. And I'm not ending on a high, but I am aware and will admit that that is largely down to personal preference. So personally, I don't recommend it, but if you're a Captain and the Kids fan and you haven't seen it, or if the narrative does actually sound like something that might appeal to you, then check it out. The story is not too bad. There's a nice bit of suspense, very, very action-packed. So there are some good elements. But for me personally, the Honduras Hurricane is not a cartoon that I enjoyed.